Hey, hello. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me inside your smartphone. Thanks for having me inside your computer. Thanks for having me inside anything. Well, greetings. Hello. It's good to be back. I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you if you're new. I want to welcome you if you're viewing this later on as a replay. And I want to thank you for coming along to Style Council International Blog Day afternoon. Business isn't so hard if you run it by yourself when you've got these 10 mythical colleagues. Now, when I use the term mythical, well, they're not really mythical. They could be if you want them to be. However, I'm going to give you some insights into how to make your business, especially your startup business, just a little bit easier for yourself. Now, if you're new, please comment. Chuck in some comment. There's Jay Zego. Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming. You're talking to an Australian here, so if the accent's a little bit strange, it's because I'm Australian. I come from a place in Australia. It is Australia, and it's the type of place that you can get killed by an animal if the animal just looks at you. That's right. It's not the size of the animal that actually is going to kill you. It's because the smallest ones are the deadliest ones. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I digress. If you're new here, if you've got something to say it. Put a comment on. Love to hear your comments. Thanks very much. Now, let me introduce myself, because there's a few of you here that probably have never seen me before. And if you're new, I want you to write in. If you're new to this broadcast, please write in a word, art. Type in the word art. There's little comment box down there, all right? Please put it in. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'd like you to put the word art in there. Excuse me. My name is Troy Deek, business coach extraordinaire. I run a company called Style Council International. Style Council International. Style Council International exists to create a premier business education system for artists worldwide. So we operate as an alternative to traditional business or traditional art coaching or art training or art education, because we've found over the years that formal education or traditional education is actually not assisting artists when they get out of college and they find themselves in the big bad world of business. It's not about painting the sky with stars and having satellites drop out. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. If you find that funny, put a comment on. If you find that stupid, put a comment on. If you find it you love it, put a heart on. You know, the hearts are down there, guys. Heart, hit a heart, heart. Thank you very much. Loving hearts. Thank you. Now, I come from Brisbane. As I said to you, we are a global organisation, and we're interested in assisting artists, especially in startup. So these 10 colleagues I want to talk to you about. Before I do that, I just want you to share the broadcast. So every now and then a message will come up at the bottom of the screen. It'll say, would you like to share the broadcast? Now, please share the broadcast, share the love. It's really important that you do share the love, okay? Now, if you have an Apple, an iPad, an iPhone, or even an Android, who uses Android? Fair dinkum. You can just click on, put some hearts on there, and go about it. Is anyone there? Please comment. I can see a few of you there. Come on. The topic of today's conversation, or today's training, is the crucial thing to start your business with. Now, I can't put too high an emphasis or too large an emphasis on how important it is to start the business correctly. Not starting the business from the middle, not starting it from the end. The fundamentals of business need to be started, need to be adhered to, need to be looked after, need to be actually documented before you go ahead and start making sales, before you go ahead and start recruiting, before you go ahead and start doing operations, before you go ahead and start doing marketing. Marketing's sexy, yes, indeed it is. We all love to market. I have to fight myself from my computer on a daily basis to stop myself from marketing because all I want to do is market. I just want to market. But here's the thing. If you just go about marketing, you're going to fail. If you just go about sales, you're going to fail. It's really, really important to start at the beginning in a business. Start at the beginning in a business. Can I hear an hallelujah? Can I hear a heart? Any hearts, please? Hearts, come on. I'll do it myself. There we go. Oh, you can't heart yourself. Can you believe it? You cannot heart yourself. You cannot love yourself. I mean, you've got to have a lot of love for yourself, don't you? But, in order to love others, one must love themselves first. Okay, so these 10 colleagues, the last couple of days I've been talking about the 3 things that one must do to commence a business. The first thing we talked about a couple of days ago was the vision of the business. The vision of the business is absolutely crucial. It's right up the very, very top of the direction of the business. It's the quest, your quest, the thing that you want to do. Think about this. Steve Jobs' vision for Apple was to make a dent in the universe. To make a dent in the universe. Do you reckon he succeeded? Anyone? Shy, aren't you? You're a shy lot. You're a shy, unassuming lot. But I bet you're not. I bet you're just ferreting away there, storing all this information for later on. Elon Musk. Tesla. Anyone heard of Elon Musk? No one? Well, he's got a big vision as well. The vision for Style Council International is to create a community, a worldwide community where artists thrive professionally and artistically. Where artists thrive professionally and artistically. And we're going about that via our mission being to create a premier business education system for artists globally. All right, so vision, mission. Now, those 10 mythical creatures that are going to come to your table are your values. They're your values. What do you think of that? They're your values. Now, let me preface this, or let me explain a little bit more about what values actually mean. Values actually mean things that are important to you, things that you would like to be, things that you would like to, things that really, really filter through your life and help you make decisions on how to operate in your life. So really, when it comes down to when you're starting a business, thank you very much for the heart, I appreciate that. Can I have some more? When it comes to starting a business, you need to operate at a certain level. And you do that by defining the person or the way the business needs to be. And the way you do that is you create values. And they're more than just one-word statements. They're phrases, and they have a resonance in you, so that when you operate on a daily basis, you're operating via that level that you've created. Now, let me flesh this out a little bit more. Thank you for some more hearts. I love it. Come some more, please. Comments. If you're new here, put a comment in the bottom there. Say art. Art. Or not. Now, in your life, you have a filtering system. And in that filtering system are your values. So you see your life or your world, because it's unique to you, through your filter system, which are your values. So if you've got very strong family values, then your decisions will be based around how it impacts your family, or what you want your family to do, or how you want to protect your family, etc. If you're interested in, if one of your values is business, then you probably will have already started a business, or you will be in the throes of starting a business. In a business, as I said to you before, we must operate at a level that is beyond the current one. I'm going to give you some examples of the values that we have at Style Council International. Thanks, man. I love the profanity too. Sweet. I don't mind a bit of profanity because one of our values, funnily you should say that, one of our values is authenticity. And fuck, being authentic is using the language that you're familiar with, not being something that you're not. Who here pretends in their life? Who here pretends to be someone else? Who here, really? Bag of milk. I don't like dairy. Bad for you. Clogs up the sinuses and makes you, they say about milk, probably heard it, it's all over social media. It's got full of growth hormones, and the only thing it's good for is creating 500-pound cows from calves. All right, anyway, I love cheese though. I digress. I like cheese. Cheese is not a value, okay? It's not a value. Food is not a value either. So where was I? Authenticity is a value that Style Council have. It's about being authentic. It's about being real. It's about not pretending to be others, not pandering to others, and disregarding some of society's norms. Being real to ourselves is standing alone and having the conviction to believe. Another one of our values is relentless execution. No, I'm divorced. You? Who are you? I'm giving a lot of information about myself away. Yes, I am divorced. Happily divorced. You're not, not surprised at all. Yeah, I don't care. See, I'm authentic at least. I'm being myself. One of our other fantastic values is relentless execution. Not just doing stuff, not just execution, but relentless execution. It's to ensure that what needs to be done gets done, it gets done now. The thing that needs to be done gets done now, and then it's done. Then it's done. Imagine that. The thing that needs to be done gets done, and then it's done. And then what happens? Other things get done, don't they? Relentless execution. Really good values. So what I'm talking to you here about is that when you define the values of your business and you're running a business by yourself, and running a business by yourself as an entrepreneur can be really, really lonely. Really, really lonely. The thing is though, when you have a list of 10 values that are really, really important to you, when you are making a decision, when you are having a board meeting with yourself, those values actually attend the meeting. Yeah, they actually come to the meeting. Those values become an entity themselves, and that, therefore, when they're an entity and you have a decision to make, and that decision is really, really hard, and you don't know what the answer is, you do know what the answer is. You know why? All you do is turn to the values, and there is your answer. So when you're procrastinating, I'll give you an example. When you're procrastinating, or when I'm procrastinating, I'm going, oh, I don't want to do that. I was doing some study this morning. Bit sus on the old study, and I didn't want to do it. And you know what I did? I have a value, which is relentless execution. So I did it, and I got it done. And then I went to the gym, and I came back to do this. Another one of our values is, it escapes me right now. Can you believe it? It escapes me. That's not a value. Escaping is not a value. One of our values is world's best practice. World's best practice. Another one of our values is give value. And if I extrapolate that, it means you know shit, give it to the people who want it. Believe in your product, believe in what you've got to give people. I noticed there's not too many people here now, so I'm a little bit worried about the quality of the comments or quality of the product that I'm sharing with you today. So I'm going to cut this off right now. Can I have a heart, please? I need a bit of a heart. Can I have a heart? I will give you a heart. How do you do a heart? Yeah. Look at that. Hey, there's a heart for you. There we go. Me to you, from everyone. Heart. Heart in a box. Okay, stop mucking around. Look, here's my whiteboard. Would you like a tour of my office? This is my office. This is my whiteboard. Look at that. Vision, mission, values. Back to front, of course, isn't it? All right. So, I'd like to say thank you very much for attending. You're too late at Forest 1001. You're too late. You can see it on the replay. I'd like to let you know once again that my name is, in all seriousness, my name's, well, obviously you can't, my name's Troy Deeg, running a company called Style Council International. Style Council International exists to create a premier business education system for artists worldwide. And we exist online. Have a look for our business. It's called Style Council International. Remember the old band, Style Council? Big fan of them. We'll just put an international on the end of there. Style Council International. Plug it into any web browser, the most popular web browser you'd like to do. And it'll come up. There'll be a Facebook page as well. Style Council International. We're on Facebook, Style Council International. We're on Twitter, Style Council Int, at Style Council Int. We're on Instagram as Style Council International. In fact, why not? If you're interested, I'd like you to have a look at this. It's on Facebook. I recently did an interview with an artist from Melbourne, Australia, and she's a successful artist. She's only 24 years of age. She was studying visual arts, and she grew her Instagram following to 22,500 people. 22,500 people. She was studying visual arts, and she had to quit her study. She had to quit her study because her 22,500 followers on Instagram needed her to create more artwork for her to buy, for them to buy. And you know what now? She's got a website, sure. She's got an Instagram account, and 90% of her sales come from Instagram. 90% of her sales come from Instagram. So on the website, on the blog, and on the Facebook page, there is a case study on exactly how to go about building your following on social media to 20,000 plus. I'm sure you'll like it. Go and have a look. We're available. Send me an email, troydeeg, TROYDEAG @gmail.com with any questions, queries, confusions. I will reply. Trust me, I will reply, because that's another thing that's really important when it comes to values, is being forthright and being capable, and also being customer service oriented. In fact, serving the world is what it's all about, isn't it? Making the world a better place. And what better place would it be with more art in it? Artists are just not getting the stuff they need. Thank you so much. I could go on, and I will. How about we do a tour of the office one day? Maybe tomorrow. That's Saturday. No, we don't work on Saturdays, do we? Namaste.